So this is one of the only large antique malls in Long Beach, Washington that I could find. When I first entered, there was a large, very stuffed area in the outside, kind of like a porch area of just random pieces like this shell art. I'm not sure if that was a project piece, just lots, a lot of miscellaneous. It almost kind of reminded me of a thrift store, the outside area. So I was looking around. I wasn't seeing much that caught my eye. Items didn't seem to be thrift store prices. They seemed to be more like antique prices. But the way that was set up seemed like it was a thrift store. And I have never been here before. I saw the pictures online. It looked interesting, but something I was definitely wanting to explore. The outside of the building was pretty run down. Looked like a warehouse. I thought this poodle was really cute. This poodle was $15. So I think some of the prices were good if you were just like a collector. Some things were obviously way overpriced. There was nothing I saw that was thrift store prices or something that I could resell. Some of the spaces in this antique mall were somewhat organized, but most of the spaces seemed to be very packed and very disorganized, as you can see by the shelf and the rolling racks, even in this doll case here. I'm kind of interested in jars of miscellaneous. This looked really fun. Um, the bottom just had a bunch of random beads, so I set it back. This one was is okay. $7.50. Didn't see anything that caught my eye. A lot of old photographs. Again, this was really cute and a lot of very vintage and antique items. There wasn't anything like really super new or crafty. They had one space that was all Christmas. That was fun to look through. But again, it was hard to walk into some of these spaces because everything was so cluttered and kind of thrown everywhere. I did like a lot of original art pieces. There's a lot of oil paintings, acrylics. Every time I see a Coca-Cola tin, I always think of Vintage Vinny, but I don't have a lot of information on Coca-Cola items, so I look at them, but I usually don't purchase them. The black glass is really hard to find. Pretty set of plates that are great for Halloween time. Again, if you get overwhelmed or overstimulated with a lot of stuff, not a lot of organization, this probably is not the antique mall for you. And it was a very huge antique mall. You would kind of get lost in here. I found myself going around in certain areas that I'd already been to. There was clothes here and there. Again, records $2.95 each. Not bad if you found a rare item. The lighting was okay. These posters reminded me of my high school days in my early 20s. I had posters like these. This real doll. These can be quite collectible. Thought that was pretty cool. Again, just random pictures of original art, some antique stroller. Then next door, there was a slash dollar store slash antique mall. It was very weird. So on the bottom, it was a lot of dollar items, like a dollar store. And then as you walked around the corner, there was antique items like these antique postcards and dolls and glass. And then you would walk upstairs into an attic area that looked like a haunted house's attic. This was downstairs. This was all the Christmas items. It looks like they sell Christmas year round. This troll was very cute. He was $30 though. He was a piggy bank, and definitely it was not worth 30 for me. A lot of items again were overpriced, even though it kind of reminded me of a thrift store. So I was kind of thrown back by the prices. A lot of display cases. A lot of collectible pieces like Disney and Star Wars. They had a really cool Cher doll Elvis figurines. Cher and Sonny Bono. I actually have a Cher doll. I think they wanted $25 each. I can't quite see the price. But a lot of old older like TV pieces and stuff. This was an interesting piece, and they wanted $2.95 and firm. They definitely did not want to negotiate on this piece. It's kind of a unique piece. I thought this was interesting. Looks like a deer's hoof turned into a lamp, and $145, and it was on sale, originally $195. Never seen something like that. Not sure if I'd want that in my house. I like this little navy outfit. Looked kind of small, but you know, people were smaller back 60 years ago. So yeah, so back there in that corner was the dollar area. So it just slowly changed from the dollar store area to the antique area where there's a lot of antique toys. I think, what did they want for this? Yeah, $55. So the prices were not agreeing with me. I wasn't really finding anything. For an antique toy, $55 that was broken just did not seem worth it. So here are the stairs that went up to the attic area, and it was just like, it looked like an old haunted house attic. And the stuff, some of the stuff had been there so long, you can tell because the prices on the tags were faded. So you know the items had been there for months. I don't know if they changed out the items very much, but it almost gave me a little bit of a spooky feel. Definitely a lot of antiques, items that were over 100 years old, unique pieces, but the prices just were out of my range, way out of my range. Thought that was kind of a spooky Cupid doll picture. I thought these were really cool. I've never seen these before. These are Mickey Mouse plushes that came out right when Disneyland opened, 1950s. They were actually in pretty good condition, even with the paint loss. They wanted a pretty penny for those. Then there were a lot of dolls up in this attic. Someone was a collector of dolls. This was kind of a mirror of nightmares to me. Some of the dolls were kind of creepy. They didn't seem that cute. Again, more vintage Disney. They wanted $15 for that little toy. Raggedy Ann. Big Bird. Old Barbie soap. So a lot of fun memories. This doll was really sweet. I love her sleepy look. And is that actually one of those musical plush dolls? Just watch her step. I think if you're really tall, this wouldn't be a good area to shop in because the way the attic was, the ceiling slanted. So again, everything was just kind of thrown on tables, on shelves. Not a lot of organization. This looked like a clay project piece. They actually did a really good job, but I'm not sure who it's supposed to be. It was $6, which is not bad if you collect project pieces. A lot of vintage cookbooks. This was kind of organized because you had the apron and the kitchen utensils and the cookbooks. So that was kind of an area. And then this area was really neat. It had a lot of turquoise, Native American jewelry, antique pieces, and they were all in display cases. Again, they were antique mall prices. People knew what they had, so they priced them accordingly. Some antique photos, over 100 years old. It was fun looking display cases. One of the things I don't like about display cases is you'd have to go all the way downstairs to ask for them to open it. And then if you didn't purchase anything, I felt like you would kind of be, bothering the people at work there. Some really nice condition antique dolls I don't usually see. They ranged from anywhere from $70 to $200 each. And then you don't normally see flamingos in Washington, so this was a rare sight. I typically would see them in Florida, but not in Washington, so that was kind of cool. And some more antique dolls. Someone must have gotten rid of their collection, their grandma's collection, because they seem to have a lot of them. And most of these were anywhere from 70 to 120 years old. And then these were some wood carvings that I thought were really neat. And some original art pieces that were framed nicely. This beautiful Victorian mirror was gorgeous if you had a large house. And again, that troll.